We are back at it again here with another video at the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight and hold support here. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:30 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 300% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY fighting to hold support, and in today's video we're going to break down the key levels I would watch. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned over on our Discord this week. So the home runs of the week have been spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and knowing about these stocks early on in the pre-market. We look forward to having you join us and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the first home run here was from today, POAI. You could see there when we sent it out and we circled it on the chart, and things started to push up rapidly under a bull indicator, inflows pushing upwards, and it hit here highs of 50% plus into the open and even after. Now the next one here is MIRA. We caught this one earlier this week in the pre-market. It pushed up nearly 50% plus as well into the open, and throughout the day, within an hour, it went up nearly 200% plus. And the next stock here that you see popping up, we sent this one out yesterday, BBLG. We caught this one in the pre-market, sitting sideways, pushing upwards towards the bell, and it went up 100% plus. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge over the charts with 42 vision indicators, check out the link down below. We look forward to having you join us, getting connected to our bots, and as always, guys, let's jump into these charts. We strive for opportunities like these every single day. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from white with red borders to bright green bars. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, having a bull indicator pop up here for the first time since the bear indicator back on Tuesday at 554, and breaking through key support levels of 551 and down here at 548, right? Those are the supports we were watching. When it broke through it, it accelerated down to lower levels, and a bull indicator popped up today at 540.90. I'll just round that up to 541, and quickly things rejected and slowed down as it was getting closer to that 548 support that is now acting like a resistance. And a bear indicator popped up in the second half at 544, and it isn't the only stock that pushed up and dropped back down. You have the QQQ here doing the same, back under a bear indicator at 462. You have Tesla here popping up and slowing down and back under a bear indicator at 221, which I'll be watching that going into tomorrow. And then you have Apple here with no bear indicator just yet, but slight slowdown and still under a bull indicator at 216. I'll be watching if a staircase effect can continue here going into tomorrow to retest key resistance levels. But you have Netflix here back under a bear indicator as well at the 638 level. So lots of key levels here, and interesting that a lot of these charts have pulled back and slowed down. Some are under bear indicators, others have not had one popped up yet. But if this weakness continues overall, bear indicators can start to dominate again, right? And test key support levels. Now, in the bigger picture on the SPY, we could see here a bear indicator popping up really quickly as well. After this bull indicator from 542, a bear indicator here at 543.70, and we're back to white with red borders. Now, the question is, could it form a double bottom, right? And try to retest the resistance and break through it? That's the question here. And we're going to look at inflows in just a moment and break down the key levels I would watch over these charts going into tomorrow. But here we are with the SPY in the volatility on the 15-minute, and it's done a full transition from the dip area with a bull indicator to multiple bright green bars, and from that rip area with a bear indicator at 544 back down to a dip area. So definitely there's a strong support here down near 540, 539, and it's something to not ignore, and I will be watching here if it can hold. Now I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows so we can break it down and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, with inflows crossing back over for the first time since that outflow crossover and domination over the chart for the last 3 days, down here on Tuesday at the 554 level. Now, we have found a support here and inflows crossed over, but quickly outflows started to dominate again, back down to negative 5.81. This needs to turn from red to green and start pushing upwards to justify any move to the upside. If not, if a resistance is hit and it rejects it and outflows are still dominating, it can quickly bring it back down to test key support levels. So that's going to be crucial here going into tomorrow. And in the bigger picture of the 1 hour, same thing. Those inflows crossed over for the first time since Tuesday, and now outflows are dominating again. It's going to be crucial here if a staircase effect can start to form and cross back over that midpoint, turn green, and go from negative 3.25 to positive inflows like it did today, hitting 1.79 at the highest positive inflows of the day, right up here near 547.50. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see here how inflows were struggling to cross back over, and it actually pulled away from it, and that's why we saw that drop at the open. Once it found support and inflows crossed over, it took off from that area of 541 all the way up to 547 pretty quickly within an hour. And then outflows began just as fast, and we saw it drop back down. Now, in these levels, outflows hit lows of negative 5.33 and quickly have started to come back up. It's going to be crucial for those inflows to cross over. Now, if outflows continue and bring themselves back down, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. And if that weakness rolls over into the 30-minute and 1 hour, keeping it below the midpoint, the first support I'll be watching is the 535 level. Then below that comes 533 and then the 530 area. Those are the key levels I'll be watching to the downside. To the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical here for these inflows to cross over in the volatility of the 15-minute, reflect that strength into these charts. And the first resistance is if the 30-minute switches from red to green and starts pulling up as well, will be the 543 level. And then above that, I'll be watching 547 to the 550 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial. And these inflow versus outflows have slowed down on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. They need to start pulling upwards. And the 15-minute in the volatility going to the rest of these after hours and going into tomorrow is trying to head towards the midpoint and green. And I'll be watching this very closely. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.